Well, there's still some stuff in the basement.
What basement?
Ooh.
Give me the Bengals. Who did?
Yeah.
Who did? Don't take any.
Yeah, don't take any hate. If you're a coach of a football team, don't ever take any. Ever. It'll work out. Just ask Mario Cristobal.
Because Michael Penix is going to bring that big Penix energy.
Because I don't really know what Jason Garrett did. I think somebody just flushed the toilet down the hall.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna hear it flushing from the.
I was like, is it raining in here?
The basement.
The basement. Welcome to the basement.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the basement. Today is a special episode. I believe we have a guest, Cole.
We do.
Really?
We do have a guest.
Would you like to introduce him to the cameras?
I would love to. This is my guy. This is number 5, Zion Booker,
Yes,
the
sir.
fastest man that I've ever had the chance
Thank
to.
you guys for having me, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Now, before we get started, I don't want to interrupt both of you really quick, but today is also another special day within someone on the podcast. I believe it is a birthday for Mr. Cole Weber. Oh!
Wow.
Really quickly, we got a little bit of cupcake.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. You got
There
it.
you go. Let's just, you guys want a cupcake? X, you want a cupcake? Let's do a little celebration really quick.
God.
It's a special episode to be on, Zion.
Jesus.
Cole,
First time we've ate on a podcast.
Do you feel 22? Sorry, he's turning 21. Big 21.
Yeah.
He can finally, stop mooching off his older friends.
There you go.
Not saying Cole's a big drinker or anything like that. But
No one's saying that.
Dude, imagine just making me 20 shots right now on the podcast.
All right, guys, really quickly, here we go.
You got a lighter too?
Here we go.
God, making me feel like
bro, look at all the little poppers you got, too.
that one. The first one scared me.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, make a wish. Say something to the camera before you blow it up.
To 21 more. Hopefully I get there.
Happy birthday, Cole. Would you like cupcake? Cupcake?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Here,
No, Uncle E want one.
Here, just take the thing. There you go.
What? We'll just eat them all.
Well, Cole, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's been a
I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
I really hope. I was trying to find a way to hide everything.
I had no idea.
Yeah, hey, let's just do it. Hey,
There you go.
for the road. Well, welcome, Zion. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Let's honor this guy
It's
now.
a pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming. Our first official guest. We've been waiting to do something like this. We're trying to get, really fine-tuning how to do this, and I feel like we're at a spot where now we can have a guest on and comfortably really do it. I think our we got X in the back, posted up eating cupcakes. It's just a good vibes in here tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cole, do you want to? Well, I guess I should let you finish munching away. Zion, our first question for you today. Where are you from?
Fairfield, California, actually. It's probably 15 minutes away from Vallejo, hour away from San Francisco. So that's mainly, I was born in San Francisco, then moved to Fairfield right when I came out the hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
So Fairfield. So is it closer to San Francisco or Oakland? Closer to Oakland.
It's probably close to Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland's like 50 minutes away. San Francisco's like an hour.
Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, 3 hours with Bay Area traffic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I know you were telling us before you came, but what are your sports? Where do your sports opinions, not opinions, your favoritism of teams lie?
Yeah, we got to know that.
Yeah,
first.
born from San Francisco, but I'm an Oakland Raider fan. Don't care where they stay at. They'll always be Oakland to me. And then it's a little controversial. I'm a LA Lakers fan, but AK I'm a LeBron fan. So wherever he goes, I go.
Fair enough.
So if we asked you who your GOAT was,
LeBron James.
I'm going to be honest, Cole. I was working out the other day. I was looking at the TV in the fitness center, and it was showing LeBron have this, that 21-point fourth quarter. I think I've turned the corner. I think
You turned the corner?
I think I'm LeBron GOAT now. And
who did I say this to? I said this game in February, this 21-point game that he came back and beat the Clippers. Now he's people's GOAT? The game he won in February?
It's not that. Well,
Oh, yeah.
It's not that game specifically, but I'm just I was just putting everything together, and it's really it's so much harder for me to
can't
not.
deny it. You
It's
just
so
can't
much
deny it
harder
no
for me
more.
to not say it anymore. And I
don't feel the same way. I feel like,
Well, let me guess. Is Jordan your GOAT?
yeah.
Explain why.
Why? He's the best winner ever. I mean,
Winner?
no.
He's the
Okay,
best
listen. I've thought about this a lot. What does it come down to for you? A guy that you want to take the last shot, right? You want one guy to go win a game, one guy to take the last shot. Who do you want that to be?
I'll say Jordan.
Jordan. I want Iguodala. And I mean, he went 6-0 in the finals, and better point per game scorer, better defender. I mean, why do you take LeBron?
You know, probably just the main reason why. 3-1 lead, first of all, against probably one of the best teams in history. 73-9, you can't deny that. 40K points. He was basically he has a triple double in like career accolades. Am I wrong about that? 10 straight finals appearances. Mm-hmm. You say Jordan's 6-0 in the finals, but nobody ever likes to look at like his losses before he got to the finals. He was ass before that. I don't want to say he was ass, but his team didn't do much before that.
His team was shit.
Exactly.
Well, and LeBron took shit teams to the finals multiple times. Now, the conferences were different. Like, the competition were different. Yeah. But my thing with it is the longevity that he's just almost the best player on the court since he's been 18 years old. And he had these, like, GOAT expectations, and he almost blew him out of the water in a way when he came into the league.
Since high school.
Yeah. But that also goes into Jordan didn't play from high school.
It's true.
A lot of guys didn't. That's why the 40K, I mean, if he played 2 years in college, he wouldn't be at 40K. He might not even be the scoring champion. That's 4 more years.
Where do you think he would be at?
I mean, he would be top 5.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he's my number 2 for sure. Mm-hmm. I know it's Jordan, it's LeBron, and then it's
whatever else.
I don't know, Kareem, and then everybody else.
I don't. If someone says Jordan's their GOAT, I have no problem with it because it's there. I mean, to me, there's still 1A, 1B, but I'm like, it's just as the days go.
I don't know
because I've always been a hardcore Jordan guy. Like literally, this like a few days ago, I've been kind of changing a little bit. And it's just it's so hard for me not to anymore.
I feel like LeBron. What have these since he won the title in 2020, the Mickey Mouse ring? What has it been since then? Like, honestly.
I mean, their team hasn't been the best, but he was at conference finals last year, though.
Coaching hasn't been the best either.
Yeah, but he picked the coaches. He picked the players.
Late GM. I mean, that is part of it.
He did. And like these last, so how many years it's been since he won?
3 seasons.
Because the Bucks won, the Warriors won, and then the Nuggets won. So 3 years and now 4. And he's made the playoffs twice in those. First round loss, didn't make the playoffs. Swept in the conference finals. You're telling me Jordan retired in 98. He was 35. You're telling and then he came back when he was 38 and averaged 22 2 years in a row. Took 3-year break. You're telling me in those 3 years, what if they came back in 99? You think they weren't going to be a good team?
But he didn't.
But what if he did?
But it doesn't matter. It is not a part of the GOAT conversation if it happened.
Yeah. Honestly, if he would have came back and never went to the MLB, he probably would have been my GOAT.
Probably, it's true. It's just, I don't know, he's just at this elite level for so long still. So long. And it's that usually people hit these records when they're just kind of playing. They're like, oh, he's played this many games now. It's like he's playing this many games, playing all these minutes consistently. Just, I don't know. It's so tough. I
think it's different though between him and Brady because it's the same longevity. Mm-hmm. But Brady was still winning.
It's true. In 2 different eras. He won in 2 different eras.
A bunch of eras. And he was still consistent. Until he retired, it was this dude is... you might win a Super Bowl with him on your team. I don't know. With LeBron.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I still think they can.
Yeah,
I think any
get
team
a lot of guys around him.
Yeah. I mean, but he's done it with not a lot of guys around him.
Yeah, but that was back. That's not now.
It's true.
Exactly. He helped. He needs help now.
Yeah.
Did Jordan ever need help?
I'm not saying he didn't.
That's a good question.
Yeah, but Jordan was never 40 years old trying to still do it. Anybody can cut. There's guys who chase rings all the time. It's they need help because they're 38 years old.
But he's just he's not the same as all the other 38. We can talk about that. We got off track. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, then, growing up, California, how did you first get into sports?
I feel growing up, I was always an active baby, kind of running around. They tried me in different sports. My first sport was actually basketball and baseball. And then I remember it was during T-ball, I had ran down to first base, and then I actually came from the shortstop, ran to the outfield, grabbed the ball, ran my way down back at home. And ever since then, when my friends had fathers asked me to come play football, then it took a lot of convincing. And ever since then, I've been playing football. Probably 5 years old since playing.
5 years old. So did you start with flag?
Nope.
Nope, you never played flag.
Never played flag football.
Wow, I played flag till I think 6th grade was when we started
Really?
tackle football. Yeah.
I
Or
never
no,
played
fifth
flag
grade,
either.
fifth
I
grade.
started
Flag.
tackle
Really?
in
You never
fourth
played?
grade.
Wow.
We had
Different.
third, fourth grade tackle football.
You think it's? I mean, you think that's a benefit? Like, I feel like 3rd and 4th graders running around, it's bobbleheads banging into each other.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty funny. We were terrible when I played my first year in 4th
Yeah.
grade. It's not 11-man anymore though. I don't think it's like 7-3 linemen. But when I was in 4th grade, it was still 11-man.
What, like 9-man football? Like 9-man leagues, don't they have that basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's,
have
it's some
those,
Chris
like,
Nelson ball.
Yeah.
8-man. I think it's 8-man.
8-man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when did you realize you wanted to take sports kind of more serious than just kind of like just playing football?
It was probably around 6th grade, more when I started to like looking towards more of my future, more of like entering high school. It's like, okay, maybe, I'm having like other people telling me like maybe you should keep trying to do football. This was before I knew I was gonna be short, so I'm thinking I had chances to go like
Play basketball
yeah,
too?
Yeah, thinking I had chances, go pro, like go to like a better college for sports wise. So I was like, put in the effort, put in the work. Let's just see what I can do, and then eventually made it here.
And so, what did you play in high school? You played football. You ran track. Was it just those two things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what did you ever were you thinking about going and playing football and doing track in college always, or was it football first?
It was always football first. I didn't really think about doing track. I was probably just gonna, walk on the track team, just join around, like just do the workouts. That way I can maintain my speed. And then once COVID happened like around like my junior year. We didn't get to have that junior or senior season, so I was like, kind of missed track. And it's a way to keep me going, keep me active, keep me level-headed. So I was like, might as well try to do track here. And ever since then, it's been all right.
And so we wanted to talk about what made you, like your recruitment process, what got you to Pacific? Like, who else were you looking at?
It was this, Puget Sound. I want to go all the way out there to Washington, and then it was this Puget Sound, JUCO, or like I just stopped playing football.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I find that hard to believe because I've seen you play football and I've seen how fast you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you weren't talking to anybody. Like, no D2s. Really, you got D1 speed. I've said that
100%, 100%.
But then I take account of like me being on like the shorter side. COVID happening, a lot of people getting like that eligibility back, so like their returners are getting to stay longer.
Oh yeah, we know about those 5th year guys, 5th and 6th, and some 7-year guys.
Mm-hmm.
So did Pacific recruit you? Were you getting dual sport recruitment? Like, was track and football talking to you, or was it just football?
It was just football. Then
Wow.
Once football stopped, I was like, okay, I kind of want to like. I had hurt my knee really bad after the football season, so I was like, I kind of want to get my speed back, see what I can do. And then I remember asking somebody that I knew that was on the track team, like, oh, can you give me the coach's email? And then got in contact with him, and then I texted him asking if I could join the track team. Then ever since then, I've been there.
There you go.
And killing it too. Might we add?
Thank you.
Who recruited you?
Yeah,
Who was your guy?
Coach Kraft, actually.
Oh, it was. We
okay,
were talking
so
about it. I was like,
Coach Kraft.
it was either Kraft or Falk. I couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm. He actually recruited me to come play receiver.
That's what. Yeah,
Yeah,
and we wanted to ask, what made you pick defense over offense?
I was talking to Coach Kraft, and then there was another coach here. He's no longer here, but then I was asking him. I called him one day. I was like, "Oh, what's gonna make me like?" Because I'm looking to play automatically, like immediately. He's saying, I'm like asking him what's gonna make me get on the field faster, like receiver or defense. He looked at the roster, said we have a lot of receivers, we don't have that many DBs. I said, okay, then I'll go over there. And then right after I said that, he ended the phone to Coach G, and I told him like I'm trying to come play defense. So ever since then.
Was that Patterson?
Now it's Coach Bird actually.
Bird, Mike.
Bird.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
And
me
then
and him.
he came back for 3 days. 3 days he came back. Was that our sophomore year, or was that?
That was our
Yeah, 'cause
sophomore
I wasn't
year.
playing
That was our
either.
sophomore year.
Everyone's like, Xander, guess who's back? And I was like, what? They're like, Bird's back. I was like, no.
He was the tight end
way.
coach
Guess
for
who's
3 days.
going down?
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
So what's been the biggest transition now that you're a few years into it? What was the biggest transition from high school sports to college sports?
Probably just more like the play calling, getting down the plays. Also speed wise, kind of used to being like the fastest guy out there on the football field in high school. Then coming to college, there's like a few people that can match your speed as well, like could run as fast as you. And then like just like the game's a lot quicker than what people expect it to be. Even if it is D3 football, the game's still a lot faster than high school.
Yeah, and for the preparation too, like there's no fall camp for high school football. There's no 3 weeks of only football, 3 meetings a day, lifting 2. Like that's what I've taken away. It's like, wow, that's a full-time job.
Like,
It is. Well, fall
it's a
camp's pretty
job.
much, you started school 3 weeks early and like you're packed to the brim. And I mean, Falk, I remember Falk always saying you're a dual degree when you play football.
Yeah.
You're majoring in football and whatever.
Whatever.
That's why they give you 1 credit.
Exactly. 1 credit every semester. Well, with being in college, what has been maybe the biggest, how do I say this? Biggest, maybe favorite memory so far since you've been here? Whether it's track, football, bus rides, locker room. What yeah?
I probably I have a few actually. So just from like football, just being able to travel as a freshman, be able to experience that with some like the older guys, see how like just being around someone like take me under the wing, I want to say, and then along with track, just being able to make finals, be all conference in track, and then along as well as medaling at in a relay with our track team, and then eventually getting like player of the year for the sack banquet. And there's also like just the people I met like on the team, like as Cole, Ethan, and X, like people in my class that I've created real bonds with. Those probably been like my favorite moments as well.
How's the camaraderie different in track versus football?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know the track side because I don't run track, but like football, you spend a lot of time with these guys. Like I came here to play football and basketball, and I'd made all my friends at football. I knew everybody on the football team. I didn't know anybody from basketball, and that was part of my decision in not playing basketball anymore. How is the camaraderie different? Like, is the friendships you made, was it harder to make friends doing track, or was it pretty much the same?
I feel like it was kind of much the same, but it's pretty much harder to make friends in track. Everybody has like, even though for football it's like different positions, but you guys are all going through the same thing. For track, it's different events you run. And since I basically like walked on, I didn't really know nobody, and then it was just basically like, oh, like he's fast, or like, oh, he does same events, and we gonna make friends with him. We have something in common. We're both suffering through the same track workouts, and it's more like I kind of go back and forth between this. So, like football, I feel like it's more like not just like physically more demanding, but also mentally, and it's more of like a mean attitude type of person. Like you're just always serious. You have your fun here and there, and then but like with track, I get to be like more of myself. I get to relax a little bit. I get to crack jokes with most of the people most of the time. So I'll probably say that it's like a good balance in between both.
I've got one more question, and I just popped in my mind when you said that. What do you think? Because I ran track last time. I ran track 1 year of my life in 8th grade, and I think the most anxious moments of my life were those like second and a half waiting for the gun.
Yeah.
How would you compare like your anxiety before a football game, or your anxiety like you're about to start a race?
I feel like so as a DB, I feel like I could try to compare the both. When I'm in the blocks, it's like me being at the goal line with the game on the line, and they're throwing a fade ball, and I know they're throwing a fade ball. So like,
every time you run, it's like, all right,
it's
this
like,
is the last play of the game.
Yeah, for like football, it comes and goes away, but in track, it like stays there until the gun goes off. As soon as the gun goes off, you just forget about everything else. So like as soon as you get a gun to go off, it's like all that anxiety,
all
just
that tension is
just gone, just like that.
You're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah.
Did you have you ever had not like a welcome to the league moment, but like a welcome to college football or even track?
For football, it was more of a. It was one of those first practice. It was the first practice actually. First time on the field, I'm like walking in, I see like some now former teammates. It's like 6'3", big muscles. I'm like sitting here, under 6 feet tall, like 100 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, okay, like this is college football. Like now this is like what I have to go against. And then the track, I remember it was actually, I'm pretty sure it was like one of my first races. I'm used to being like the fastest guy out there. That's why I also run track. It's also a humbling experience. As soon as you get the box, I'm getting smoked by everybody in my lane. No matter how old you were. It's like from 6 years to freshman, everybody was fast. So.
All right.
Well, let me ask. What was your? Let me ask both of you guys.
Welcome to the league moment.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about because our first camp was the same, And it's a little different for me because I had never played receiver before, because I had always been a quarterback. So the first week I was like figuring out how to play the position. Everything I did was shitty. But I mean, I played my first snaps this year, so my welcome to the league moment was making a catch and getting my ass rocked in Whitworth. And I didn't even feel it, but no, that was my welcome to the league moment. What about you?
See, well, mine, I had a very interesting college career here, to say the least. I was only cleared for 3 weeks in total to play when I was here. So I had shoulder surgery, was never cleared. So I was always filming or like doing walkthroughs. So at first, the more welcome to the league moment was just like realizing how much you need to know, like as a tackle, because I had to call out the defense, da-da-da-da-da. But once I finally got cleared, like the last 3 weeks of my sophomore season, I was on scout team. And the first like real contact I had was against Noah Steverson.
I remember you and him were always fighting.
Yeah. And that was probably it, because I pass set and he just bull rushes the shit out of me, and I go down, but I'm in my head I'm like, he's coming down with me, and I bring him down, and then I remember I'm getting up and I'm like on all fours and he just pushes me back down, and I was like, all right, we're here.
And he's a D1 guy now.
Yeah, he transferred.
Did he graduate? Do you know?
Yeah, he got his degree. Does he have 1 more year eligibility or no?
He probably.
I think
You never know now. He's probably got 6 left.
Yeah, but that was probably I got up. I remember get up pushing him back, and then just they moved him out. Like Flory was like, move to the other side, and then I'm like standing off to the side with my helmet off, and Flory's like, he's like, I love that shit. And I was like, all right. And then I won Scout Team Player of the Week.
You did. You did. Man, I was really trying to get one of those that year, and they never gave me one. I remember the week that I really thought I should have won one. And we get there, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to get it this week. I really think I'm going to get it. They give it to Johnny. Who?
Wait. Johnny was actually killing it, though. So
Okay, but listen to this. The dude was a center. I love Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't.
Johnny.
He was a center his whole life.
Yeah.
They move him, after the first week of fall camp, they move him to fullback. And then this week of scout, we lose all our linemen. So he's got to go back and play center.
I think I remember this. Actually.
Yeah, and they're like, for a guy who had to switch positions, Johnny Griffin. And I'm like, dude, I've been a receiver for 4 weeks. For 4 weeks.
Oh my God. I don't even think that week I won it. I don't even know if I had like a good week. I think I remember holding Rusty so bad on film. Like literally I like grab his horn. I pull him back on accident. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry. It was just that one moment, I think. And the thing is, I always remember Falcon not being about like fighting, and then like in the like award he was like, we know this guy, or this guy is an edge we didn't know about him, and I thought I was gonna be like in trouble for that. And they're like, Scout Team Player of the Week, and I was like, let's go. 1 week in, 1 award already. Let's go, baby.
I remember the first time. You remember that when Sancho and Ty fought?
Yes.
During fall camp.
Yes.
I remember that.
I was like, ooh, it's getting real out here.
That was like my first like introduction to Sancho. I was like,
To Sancho?
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, I
Yes.
remember that.
And he's quiet too, which is, and Ty's
My guy.
your guy.
Like they kind of got like 2 opposite
No,
personalities.
complete opposite personalities. Yeah.
No, yeah. Ty's a loud guy.
Yep.
Sancho's not.
Sancho's not.
People aren't. I'm a loud guy. Other people aren't. Did you guys ever fighting at practice in high school?
In high school?
Yeah.
In high school? No, I mean, nobody fought the quarterback.
I mean, fair enough. I never got into one fight, but there's one time I remember where we were just running, did goal line maybe? I don't even know what it was. And our like biggest D end like clearly broke through, like great play. And usually you just hold up. This man just like speared the shit out of our starting quarterback.
Really?
And our coach lit him
Lit him
up
up?
and like threw him out of practice. And we were like, whoa, like that doesn't happen very often. But like I think that only happened like one time, maybe one other. And our coaches like kind of let it go until obviously like anything bad happened.
See, for me in high school, most of my fights came with like one of my closest friends. He was our starting quarterback my sophomore year, and like partial starting quarterback my junior year. There was one practice me and him I got into because we're always like messing around with each other, like slapping each other's helmets and like walk away. I remember he had like slapped the back of my neck and I pulled him by his face mask and yanked him down. So like just going back and forth, and then our coach got tired of it. He made us walk around the entire like basically like football field, holding each other's hands.
No
The entire time. Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke like holding hands.
Yes.
That's
For real.
crazy. The one time I got in, it wasn't even a fight. It was actually pretty funny. We were playing a team that like notoriously just like talk shit and like kind of starts fights sometimes. So we were running scout team, and our coach was like, all right, like try to get these guys pissed. Like do something to try to break their like whatever. And our nose guard, Isaid, big guy, boxer now, I might add. I go over after the play and I just push him and just say some shit. Grabs my face mask and literally pulls me down and is just like hitting me on my back, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he became a boxer shortly after that. Isaid is his name. Isaid Pedraza. No boxer now, but he.
Wait, what? Who? What?
You just said his name.
Yeah, what was it?
Isaid.
Who the hell's that?
Just
Oh, did he just commit?
Like, no, he became a
he's
boxer.
actual
Oh,
boxer.
I was like,
I didn't even.
I was thinking Pacific boxer.
That is
I was like, I have no idea who that guy is.
So funny. No, yeah,
He's actually boxing.
yeah.
Okay.
I
There we go.
was like, what do you?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like, what are you not getting?
Do you know him?
thinking
Like, he's not
Pacific.
famous.
Yeah.
That's super funny. But yeah, that was the closest. That's so funny. The only times I almost got into fights in high school was literally at 24 Hour Fitness playing basketball. Like, all the time people were just pressed because they thought it was the finals, and they just pull up on me. One guy told me one time, I blocked a shot off the backboard, and he turns around and he looks at me and he goes, "I will open palm smack you right now." And I like my buddies who just laugh, and I go, "What?" I go, "What?" That's just classic 24 Hour Fitness.
Wait, before we move on, I know we heard your story. Have you ever been like mad at another player that you want to fight them, like here at Pacific, during practice?
Mad at another player that I wanted to fight them.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like most of the time you like
Not really.
level-headed.
I mean, no. I mean, so I would just be pissed at the defense. Like on scout team, I would just be pissed like the whole time at the defense. But no, like not specifically anybody. No, not like. No.
Not one time you were like,
No.
"Damn it,
Yeah,
Sean!
not
Like
one
you're supposed to
time.
motion this way."
Well, I mean, there's been stuff like that and quarterbacks.
Titus, give me the ball.
Yeah.
So I'd always be pissed at Cruz, bro. Cruz, and you guys remember Everett?
Yeah.
That was
Oh, I got pissed at Hunter Edwards. Hunter Edwards pissed me off.
Fucking
just screwing around the whole time. But yeah, I remember it was like
remember that shit. Like you got.
I remember when you got
I
mad
got
at
mad
Everett.
at him.
Somebody did.
That's when he was my roommate at the time. You came back to the room mad as fuck.
You mad at everybody. It's an excuse at football. Then you can hit anybody without getting in trouble.
Yeah, that was probably the most mad I've been in a while. Was that night? I remember coming back to my room, like headphones in, like doing some homework, and Reed was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Practice was wild today. I'll tell you that."
Practice was wild today. I remember I tackled a dude in 8th grade after it was like okay, it was similar. It was I was playing defense. I was playing corner, and this dude was playing receiver, and he was holding me, and I grab his face mask and I throw him down. And then he does the same thing to me next play. And then the third play, like we're blocking each other, and then he runs down the field and the play ends, and then you just see me on the film tackling him from behind.
I actually got ejected from a game in high school one time. I actually totally forgot about it. It was the stupidest shit ever. But we were playing Roosevelt High School. It was my junior year, and I was blocking some guy in punt, and I like blocked him out of bounds, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like let's fucking go!" Like I just dominated this guy. He then grabs me by the helmet, rips it off of me, and I fall to the ground. Goes over me, throws a punch, and I don't know if he misses or I weaved it. I probably weaved it. I'm that guy, but weaved it, kicked him off of me. They ejected us both.
Wait, so why'd you get ejected?
I don't know.
That was at Hillsborough Stadium.
That was
right?
at Hillsborough Stadium. They tossed me.
That's where Portland State plays.
No.
Yep, and they said in like the report afterwards, they were like it was the look in his eye that we had to like get him off the field, and I was like, I didn't
look
do
in his
anything.
eye.
I didn't do anything. So then they suspended me the next game for the week after, and then like my dad sent the film to like the ref association. They were like, yeah, you're good to play. But I felt so bad that day because I was suspended all week. So I just did scout team all week, and this senior who never plays was going to start. And we found out an hour before the game, and the coach was like, all right, you're starting. And I remember seeing him on the bus, and I don't know if he was crying, but I felt so bad.
Oh, he was crying?
I felt so bad.
Oh, my
because
God.
he I don't think he really like ever put shout out.
Shout out
My
that
bad,
guy.
my bad, my boy.
See, fun fact, I got kicked out of a Pop Warner game before.
Really?
Yes, championship game. I remember
Championship
exactly what happened. Yeah, me and the dude tackled him. Like our face masks got stuck together, and I remember him like just start panicking, like freaking out. He just starts punching me out of nowhere. So like we're going like back and forth. They have to like cartoon little kids. They have to like pull us apart together, and then I end up getting kicked out of the game.
Did you guys win?
No, we lost 7-14
Oh,
on a game-winning touchdown.
that's like kind of how the game I got ejected from. I was having maybe my best defensive game. I had a forced fumble, a fumble recovery. I had like I think 8 tackles, and then we lost like 14 to. It was 17-7 or something, and I was in the locker room, and so the locker room is right underneath all the stands in like our student section, and I heard them just going crazy at the end of the game, and I was like, "Oh, we won!" I was ready to get juice with everyone in the locker room, heads down, everybody's coming in. I was like, "What happened?" Apparently, what happened is, so my buddy Chance, who plays at Linfield,
Yeah.
who he had, I think the
Chance
two
Sparks.
he had the 2 pick
Oh.
sixes. That's my guy. Yeah.
Number 8.
Yeah, that's,
Yep.
that's my guy from high school. They threw a ball that got tipped by the defense, and he caught it off the tip and ran it like 60 yards, and that's what they're freaking out about. Next play, our quarterback, no huddle, scrambles, slides, puts the ball down, and the refs called that a fumble because he didn't get touched. And they gave them the ball, and we lost the game. Because he slid and put down the
Which
ball.
doesn't make sense because right when you go down in
Yeah.
high school, you're down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
So I think they thought he put it down before he slid, maybe or something. And one of my buddies said he heard one ref going, "No, like he was down," and the White House was like, "Nah," and then he was like, "Okay, whatever," and didn't even care.
Well, do you want to hear the craziest ref call that I've ever experienced in my
I'd love to.
career? I was playing JV football. I was playing safety, and I think I had 3 picks this game.
Damn.
Dude, I was ball
Hey.
hog, man.
Hey, come play defense.
Tap white, baby.
But I go up. We were playing this team, and their quarterback sucked, which is probably why I had 3 picks. But this dude runs a slant, and we both go up. We both catch the ball in the air, come down. I rip it from him, pick 6. And the ref, this old ass ref, probably like 75, blows it off. He goes, "No, no, 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 no." And they come and talk, and they go, "It's a simultaneous catch. Ball is spotted right there." And we're like, "That's not a thing.
That is-
That's never been a thing."
That does not
We
exist.
neither of us went to the ground. I took the ball from him. I score. We ended up losing the game by a touchdown.
No.
Simultaneously, what?
A
Yeah.
simultaneous catch.
You know
That-
that kind
that
of reminds
doesn't
me of?
exist.
You remember the Seahawks and Packers game?
Yeah.
The Hail
Yes.
Mary?
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
went down to the ground.
Yeah.
I just took the ball from the
That
guy.
is, I one time went into a ref huddle and got him to change a call.
Oh yeah.
I did. It was we were playing at Glencoe my senior year, and we were on the 1 yard line. Our quarterback ran it in, fumbled it in the end zone. I dove on it and it popped out of the back, which would just be a touchback.
Yeah.
They called it a safety, put it on the board, and
That
gave it
doesn't-
to the other team. I literally go into their huddle. I'm like, guys, I also ref youth football at the time. I was like, I ref. That's the wrong end zone. That should be a touchback. You got to take the points off the board. And they looked at each other and they're like, "Oh wait, you're right." And then they were like, "They never." And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? These guys are running our games right now."
It's just regular dudes.
Dude, it's
It's just random guys.
No
that they
ball,
got.
no ball. At least like you're refing because you at least
Yeah.
kind of like football. I feel like what? It's
No.
crazy. But I did feel pretty good. But we lost.
Oh.
We lost.
All
I
these
guess it didn't
stories end
matter.
with losses.
Yeah, we lost.
All of them.
High school stories, football stories, best stories. Never.
Go on forever.
Hours.
Forever. Where Asim's giving us the 2-minute warning already.
2-minute warning?
We're already almost at that 30-minute mark. And
Yeah.
Wow. I want to talk real quick. I wanted to ask you about what do you think the Bears are gonna do with the number 1 pick?
It's a great question.
I think they're probably going to trade Justin Fields to either Atlanta or the Steelers, and then they might just take Caleb Williams. But if they
Do
don't,
you think they're gonna take Caleb?
yeah, but if they don't trade, they're probably going to trade it to either the Falcons or one other teams. And
And they're gonna take Caleb.
no,
So
they're going to take Caleb, and the Bears are probably going to take Marvin Harrison.
okay. And what do you think they should do? What would your if you were the GM? What would you do?
Get a better offensive coordinator.
Hey, who did they hire?
Some
Guy who not very
never
good,
done
right?
it
Came
before.
from a not very good offense.
I would still put my trust in Justin Fields.
Would you really?
Yeah.
With Caleb Williams available.
Yes.
they hired Shane Waldron. They hired the Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks.
old, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which we
I
know
mean,
Jackson Smith-Njigba really is a fan of that guy.
Big fan of that
Big
guy.
fan of that guy. That's funny.
But you would. So what was it? This was Fields' 3rd year, so he's going into his 4th.
Yeah.
And we really don't know like what he is yet. Like
feel
we
like-
think he's obviously really talented
Mhm.
and can run the ball really well, but as a passer, he's been
I just
lacking.
think I just don't think he's been
Yeah.
super confident throwing the ball because I watched some breakdown of him going like through his reads and he's like obviously you can't tell if he sees it or not,
Yeah.
but he like makes the read and he's there and then he goes and then he just doesn't do it and then he just kind of tries to run around instead of trusting his arm.
so maybe
And
it's a confidence thing.
I think right now I think that's what it is because he can ball like the dude's
Yeah.
good.
I don't know. I just think Caleb's better,
Yes. And you can get
yeah.
and I mean you trade Justin you're
You
gonna
get something.
you're gonna get something
Yeah.
and
I think
you already
they-
have the 9th pick or whatever 10th 11th pick also
Yeah.
to already
Yeah, they
build
have 2
around him.
first-round picks, right?
They have 2 in the top
Yeah.
12 I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
What do? You go
Take Caleb? Yeah.
I
Take Caleb. A year ago, it was a no-brainer. Everyone in the NFL wanted Caleb Williams, and then USC wasn't very good. They had horrible defense. It wasn't him.
I don't get the hate on him right now.
Yeah.
I don't really get why. It makes no sense.
Because he just stands out. He says what he wants to say.
And people don't
and
like
he expresses himself differently than
Mhm.
like what you're supposed to do.
and
and he wanted ownership in the team that takes him.
Yeah.
Well, that was proven to be false. But you're right, and I don't get why people don't like that. Like it's just like let him be him. He's he's our age. He's 20,
Which is
21
crazy
years
to
old,
think.
trying to find his way in life, and that's just how he is. I remember when he like lost and he cried to his mom in the crowd, and people were like, "That's an NFL."
Yeah, everybody
quarterback?"
called him
Yeah.
soft.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro,
there was that,
like,
that analyst who was like, I would not want him to be my
It's
quarterback.
like why? Like he cares.
Yeah,
like, he
there you go.
actually
That's
cares.
that's proof right there
and that and stuff like that. Just
that
pisses
the
me
outcome
off.
matters.
Yeah.
And then did you see like who he said his favorite player was?
Mm.
He said it was Aaron Rodgers, and like now
Rodgers.
more people are trying to like connect between like what he's been doing and saying to like what Aaron Rodgers has done.
No, when we were all younger, Aaron Rodgers was just slinging the rock like nobody else could back then. That was his favorite quarterback. It's not that deep sometimes. It's not that deep sometimes.
Just find things to talk about.
Well, a picture of him came out wearing this. He was wearing like it wasn't a dress, but it was kind of a different type of. Like, people were calling it a dress, but it wasn't. And I remember people being like, "Oh, I wouldn't draft this guy." And it's like
I don't-
because
What does that have to do with
of what he
football?
wears.
Yeah.
Like who. Patrick Mahomes could wear a skirt tomorrow, and he's
Yeah, I
still
don't
the best
care.
quarterback.
Russell
in the
Westbrook
league.
is wearing dresses.
Yeah, who like Dennis Rodman, great, maybe one of
He
the
married
best
himself.
rebounders of all time.
He married
Like,
himself.
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
He did.
Come on.
He had a ceremony.
Dude's a stud. The only thing I don't like about the quarterbacks in the draft right now is that J.J. McCarthy is flying up. That thing I say
Yeah.
today made me sick to my stomach.
Some guy had McCarthy 3 to New England.
Yeah, how do you think I feel about it? There's someone the Raiders are supposed to pick him up. I don't want him as my
What
quarterback.
pick do the Raiders
think,
have?
like-
7?
Nah, yeah,
It's up there. It's
top-
somewhere, right?
top 10,
What do you
yeah.
want the Raiders to do?
Do you want a quarterback?
I do want a quarterback.
Because I think
I do want a
Russell
quarterback.
Wilson is. I think they have the second highest odds
Mhm.
to get Russ.
I did see that. So for the Raiders, I think my options is go with a vet, and then draft a rookie quarterback as well. That way he learns under him, or we could go we trade up, and we get either trade up, trade down, or try to go for Jaden Daniels.
I would love the Patriots to get Jane Daniels.
What about Aiden McConnell? Not a
Believer in
Aiden
the
McConnell.
stats.
He's just
Wait, Aiden Ocon.
Oh,
in my opinion, he's just a younger Derek Carr.
He
Whoa.
look- he
I mean,
looks-
but Derek Carr was
Derek
good.
Carr
People
was good.
hate on him.
No,
He
he's
was
the all-time
traded
leading
him,
passer in
man.
Raiders
he
history.
gets a lot more hate than what he deserves. But
100%.
like when he played for the Raiders, he wasn't that bad. But then once, he was almost having like the MVP
He
season.
would have been MVP if he didn't get hurt that year.
he got hurt, and ever since then he just wasn't the same. He started being more scared in his passes and was scared to get hit after that.
I feel like he is scared to get hit.
It's a loaded draft.
Yeah, it is.
Receivers, no line.
Nobody's talking
especially.
about Penix anymore.
Mm.
Dude, he might be.
He might slide to the second.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
crazy.
like Raiders, like
I wouldn't be bad.
that's
with
right.
him
Yeah,
either.
Like, I
that's
feel like
what
a lot
I'm
of
saying.
teams are gonna draft somewhere else and take one of those dudes late. This is just a super good draft class.
Yeah.
And I do think it's because of a lot of the fifth year type of stuff. Like, there's just a lot of people that are in the draft this year. I mean, Bo Nix and Michael Penix are
And I
both
forgot
fifth
about Bo
year,
Nix,
6
too.
dudes. Yeah, he'll be a second round pick probably too.
I wonder what the over/under is on quarterbacks taken in the first round. Because what do we have? We have Caleb,
Seems like 4 now.
Penix, Nix,
Meh.
May, Daniels, McCarthy. That's 6
They
right
say
there.
that
And,
Tennessee
then all of them have
and-
been
up too.
who?
A Tennessee quarterback.
Oh, Joe Milton, who
Yeah,
looks
no
like a
way.
damn tight end.
No way.
And people forget Jordan Travis is in this class too. Isn't he?
That is
Yeah,
true.
but can he
That is
walk?
true.
I don't know, but
I
like,
think he can.
I mean, because why not take him late and be like, why not just stash him away? That's like what the the Lions did with Hooker. He's just been rehabbing. You know, who
That's
knows?
Yeah, but he's 26 years old.
That was just crazy.
He's old. I think he's older than Lamar.
Isn't Joe Milton old too as well?
Yeah, I think he played for 5 years.
Because
in
he was a
college.
backup to Hooker.
Was he? Oh yeah. And he was at Michigan before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might have been the backup to McCarthy and Hooker.
That'd be kind of crazy.
That would be great. He threw the ball like 80 yards on that one. Do you see that pass at the combine that he had? Yeah.
He's getting the Zach Wilson hype. He's getting
Kinda,
the same thing.
well, yeah.
Like he's probably better. Well, I don't even.
I mean, I don't like the difference is BYU wasn't playing anybody that
exactly.
year. They were an
Michigan-
independent, and
Michigan's
I mean
playing.
Tennessee was playing in the SEC.
Yeah. I don't want to hate on McCarthy. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's as good as the top 3 are.
No.
And I just don't think that he did as much as these other. Like Daniel's obviously a Heisman winner, better. Like Drake May, people are saying is like franchise guy, and then obviously Caleb Williams is generational. I just don't get them. Like what makes him stand out of those guys? Like I don't know, because if the Patriots taking him third, whoever that CBS whatever, God I hate that. Like that means you're taking McCarthy over one of those 3,
Yeah.
and none of them.
You
I
said
don't
you said
get
what makes JJ so special.
Yeah,
I feel like just because he was under Jim Harbaugh, undefeated season.
it's true.
They didn't really have like great receivers. Him and Wilson, but
Wilson's good, but
he-
not like special.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he had no dudes who were like going early in the first on his
Yeah.
roster like that. He's great. He's a great quarterback. He did. I guess that one game they didn't need him when they ran the ball like how many times
Blake
in a row?
Corum.
That was
They got 300 yards against Washington.
You see his
in the
bench press?
championship.
Yeah.
27,
Yeah.
same as Joe Walt, just
He's
flying.
like 5'8",
through.
5'7" as well too.
Yeah, it's
You see his
crazy.
40 time though.
Slow as fuck.
It's really- I didn't see
His
it.
change of direction and his
They
agility.
say all the running backs are slow in this class, dude.
Oh,
They
then
say
the Louisville guy
they're
was like a 4.33, I think.
That's one out of the I've seen something about how out of all the classes that are
This is one of the slowest,
Wise,
like
the
median.
running backs disappointed.
I wouldn't say all that. Well, that's what people say. But my favorite running backs
That's
is Bucky Irving.
I was,
and then-
he's great.
I was literally.
What
gonna
is he?
bring him
You know
up.
what he ran?
he ran like a 4.5.
Really? Because
Yeah.
he looks quick
That's
on the
what I'm saying.
field.
He runs. He
Yeah.
runs bigger than what he is.
No, he.
too.
And
I
how
love,
tall
I
is he?
love
He's probably like 5'7".
Yeah, 5'8". Maybe.
Yeah, and he's
Bucky.
powerful too.
Yeah.
Like he's
I-
powerful and he's quick.
Well, you got a college that you like?
Been a big Oregon fan since I was young.
Hell,
Oregon and
yeah.
Cal, obviously.
Let's go.
And then also, you talking about Jordan Travis. I feel like I don't know why people forgot about him. He's the whole reason why like FSU was relevant that
Exactly.
entire season. Him and Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman's a dog.
Yeah.
That guy's fucking good. Well, yeah, and then he gets hurt in there. That's him getting hurt's the reason they didn't make it into
Yep.
the playoffs.
The only reason.
And I think he's going to
Yeah.
slide, and I think a team is going to find. I mean, he's a gem. I think he's a gem that's
I don't
sliding
think-
because of an injury.
I just don't ever think I really watched him play. I don't really know if I ever watched like
He's like-
this. I don't remember watching Florida State this year, or for that matter, LSU.
FSU and Florida State play. No, LSU and Florida State.
That's
played
the. I
against
think
each other.
that's the only game that I watched of either of them.
That was a great
It
game.
The game one. That. Who won? Was it Florida State beat the shit out of
Florida
them?
State won because remember they were undefeated.
Yeah, but LSU was up 7 at halftime,
Yep.
and then they went on like a 3 touchdown run.
Who, if you had to pick right now, you had to put all of your money on the Super Bowl matchup next season. Today,
Mhm.
who you pick, and who's winning?
Yeah,
What you think it's going to be and what you want it to be.
yeah. There you go. Raiders. Raiders beating the
Nope.
Niners.
What I want it to be, I want a Ravens versus Niners Super Bowl with the Ravens winning.
We've seen that before.
I know, but just
Should I take that?
it's just exactly.
Get
You
all
know,
that money.
just to see like the Niner fans go through that heartbreak again.
God,
Like,
that's crazy.
it brought joy to my heart for some reason. I don't
That's
know.
Really?
You know.
hilarious.
And
I feel like
then
Niner fans aren't even that annoying.
what
you know?
I think is gonna be, you don't live with him. That's why.
That's true.
Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, I live with him. And
But am I an annoying
No,
Niner fan?
you're not. You're not.
It's
Okay.
been-
You're not.
Like me and Sean go at it.
I'd pay to watch you guys go at it during a game. That would be awesome. I
Right.
bet it was great when you played each other.
Oh,
No, we weren't. No, it was Christmas.
Oh,
We weren't even there. Yeah.
that's right. Never
I
mind.
was getting drunk every time.
He sent me a text. He said, "Good game." I didn't send anything back.
That's so funny.
What I think is gonna be though, for AFC is probably between Chiefs and Dolphins in my opinion,
Dolphins.
and then NFC
Leads in two.
wise, only team I can really see is I don't think the Lions gonna like. I feel like they're gonna be good, but not gonna have the same season they had this past year. The only team I can see winning the NFC, in my opinion, is just the Niners.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about Green Bay?
Green
Yeah.
Bay is like
Just because they get a year older, they're so young, and Jordan Love looks
That's-
like
that's probably another reason why. Well, also depends who they pick up in free agency. Like, do they go after a veteran receiver to help Jordan Love?
I don't know. I like the
What
I
are
do
they
like
gonna
the
do with
receivers.
Aaron Jones?
I heard they might cut him, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
you see Joe Mixon's probably gonna get cut
Yep.
too,
That's nuts. These poor running backs, man.
because you can draft one for pennies on the dollar.
I say that, and the Patriots have been doing it for the past 10 years. Like, they've never kept a running back
Never.
for more
It
than
was-
a few
you
years.
had James White.
James White, Deion Lewis. We even had Steven Jackson for a
Sony Michel.
Yeah, Steven
You had a
Jackson. Sony
Rex- you had a
Michel,
Rex Burkhead in there.
Burkhead, Shane Vereen, if we want to turn back the clock. Stephen Ridley a little bit
There you
more.
go.
Yeah. Well, fellas, this is
It's been a
good session.
pleasure.
This is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's been
Zion,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
guys.
yeah.
Thank you for having
Thank
me,
you
by
for
the
coming
way.
on. Cole, happy birthday once
you.
again. This is a really special episode.
Mm.
Cole, would you like to send us off with any comments or remarks to the audience?
Let's go with the Raiders.
Oh, happy birthday, Cole.
Niners.